Hello everyone, welcome to update number 11 of the project Taking Toolbox for Creativity to Kickstarter. And yes, as you can see, this update is a little bit different than my previous ones. I mean, the devices that I'm using to record and the backgrounds are different. And there is a simple reason for it, simple to explain, perhaps not simple to believe or to execute. So it goes like this. I am relocating back to Dublin, back to Ireland. And yes, I'm doing this in the middle of a Kickstarter campaign because why not? just, just to make my life more complicated. But as a result of this, all my things, all my recording equipment and everything is now in boxes, traveling somewhere. Hopefully, it will be with me in Dublin when I arrive to Dublin. So this kind of stuff, logistics and whatever. So because of that, I'm just recording this using this device, and as a result of this, I know that the line is a bit kind of cranky when you hear it, but it's better than not using this because the echo then is too much, and I don't have a background. So right now, all you can see is my wardrobe. Anyhow, I will not keep you looking at me for too long because I'm going to be showing you some interesting stuff. So let's just jump into the update. First of all, the prototypes are finally done, completed, and actually I started using them, and I will mention how I use them in a minute. But let's first show you the prototype. So this is the prototype of the um, game development kit. Toolbox for Creativity is not only the game development kit, it has other components. It has the framework for training, for implementation and evaluation. So it coaches people, trainers, on how to use the kit and how to evaluate people when they go through the process of the training, or if they are using it for teaching a specific skill or in universities or colleges. So the framework covers all of this. Obviously, you cannot see the framework because it is just a document with some instructions, and but that's element number one of the framework Toolbox for Creativity, which is of the product. Toolbox for Creativity, first, the framework of implementation and evaluation. Second, the prototyping kit, game development prototyping kit. Third, there are videos, instructional videos that teach the coaches, the trainers, on how to use Toolbox for Creativity. And alongside each video for each iteration that is coaching and teaching the trainers, there are a separate set of videos that the coaches may choose or not, depends on how they use the tool, to pass on to the people using Toolbox for Creativity. So they pass on a specific set of videos to the trainees. So you have two sets of videos, one video for the trainer and one video for the trainee. So as I mentioned, these are digital assets. Obviously, you cannot see them. What you can see here is the box, but the box is not the only thing that is present in Toolbox for Creativity. And finally, something else that is part of Toolbox for Creativity is the sort of environment. The online environment is the toolboxforcreativity.com website, where people who are using Toolbox for Creativity can go and see the different applications of Toolbox for Creativity. They can share their experiences. They can see how other people are using Toolbox for Creativity for specific situations. Maybe they have done some tweaking. Maybe they had done some major changes as well. So all of this is shared among peers. This essentially will be a community of practice for trainers and people who deliver workshops and coaching sessions, and they will be able to share their experiences. You will be able as well to see how other people are doing it. And now, oh my God, of course, now somebody's calling me. So I'm going to make a little pause and I'll come back to you in a minute. Okay, so I was telling you that I'm relocating. So that was the company taking all the products and moving them around. So anyway, going back to these updates, I was talking about the elements of Toolbox for Creativity, and I was telling you about the digital elements of it. And now let's see actually one of them. So let's make myself smaller here on this application so you don't have to look at my face. This, as I told you, toolboxforcreativity.com and Toolbox 4, the 4 is a number 4. So toolboxforcreativity.com will be the environment where the community of practice will exist, where we will share the different applications of Toolbox for Creativity, where we will see how experts are using it, how we can use it, and we will learn from each other among many other resources. There will be also updates on the framework for evaluation and implementation, so on and so forth. For now, though, the website exists only as the landing page for the project taking Toolbox for Creativity to Kickstarter. So for now, it's just a landing page. And by the way, it's not 100% ready. Something is missing. I'll tell you in a minute. So right now, it's just this form for data collection. So people get updates on the what is the name of this, the newsletter. Exactly. So you put your information here, you get updates on the newsletter, which is sent once a month, and close to the launch, probably it will be sent every 2 weeks, and we will give people updates on the project. For now, the only purpose of the newsletter is to share information that I consider useful for people who deliver training and workshops. So I'm making the newsletter all about the customer. So if you deliver training, if you're a lecturer as well, if you perform workshops, if you're interested in tools for active learning, this newsletter will give you insights on all of this. So here we are. This is the landing page. We scroll down a little bit. Here we have a brief description of Toolbox for Creativity and a video. And this is the part that I was saying that is missing. The video is not final because we only shot the video last week on Thursday, and the company is now doing all the magic, the editing. They will give me the first draft of the video on the 20th. Then we need to negotiate a bit more depending on the state of the video and what also I expect from it, and then there will be a final cut. Nonetheless, the rest should be pretty much kind of as it is. This is a real picture of the Toolbox for Creativity box taken on the day of the workshop. And oh my God, it's raining cats and dogs here in Krakow. I'm not sure if you can hear the thunder, but it's in the background. And we went from 34 degrees, super hot, now to rain. Okay, I think it's cool. Here are some pictures as well of the content of the box. In here, what I plan to do is to put one more section with a carousel showing all the different elements that are inside the prototyping kit. So that's also to be added. And the rest is just pictures. And here we have some testimonials of professionals who have experienced and used Toolbox for creativity in different settings. So this is it about the landing page. Another update that I can give you is I was invited to talk at the Professor Game podcast. So I know Rob Alvarez for quite a long time. We met at a gamification conference in Berlin. I think that's the first time I met him face to face. Or not, actually, I think I met him before at a serious game competition in Portugal. So yes, that's the first time I met him in person, although I had been talking to him before. And ever since, because our work overlaps, then we have met in different places. We have interacted in also events that took place online or virtually, during the times of Corona. And as a result of this sort of long-lasting professional relationship and friendship, he also invited me to be part of the Professor Game podcast, and here I am. So I was talking about making better games by simply blending digital and physical games, among some other topics, of course. And the episode was 190, After this, obviously, there are some other episodes. Rob is very good at keeping up with the podcast and interviewing really interesting people. So I recommend that you go here. It is professorgaming.com, and you can see all the podcasts in there. Something else that I have been doing, well, this is part of a sort of a little campaign that I'm running, which is I want to be part of podcasts and interviews and events so I can actually show my research to professionals who deliver training or who might be interested in training their employees on specific skills. So on doing this, I wrote to many organizations. I wrote to the Scrum.org organization, Scrum for Scrum and Agile. I wrote to some organizations that also focus on training and development. And I wrote to one organization that I'm part of for quite a long time, which is the Project Management Institute. And this organization is pretty well known, well respected, and as a matter of fact, Project Management Institute was the first conference in which I showed to a large group of people my research. And this was in 2019 in Dublin. So in 2019, we had the EMEA conference in Dublin. I put forward my research, they accepted it, and the research was about using games as a form as a tool, extra tool, to support organizational transformation. I was there, I presented my research, and ever since I have been going to different conferences, writing in different platforms, newsletters. Well, the newsletter started only, but I was interviewed by quite a few, well, not a few, not quite a few, I would say three or four um, podcasters and people who run online magazines as well. So it's been kind of constant, I would say, this sharing of information from my side and also expecting feedback from people. But now I am back to Project Management Institute 2 years later, and this time I will be part of the virtual experience. So let's have a look at this. The virtual experience first took place this year, I believe, in June. It was the first part of the PM Expo, and now it's on demand. And on top of that, they have another round here in October. And in one of the emails and stuff that they sent to me, they said that this is the largest ever, the largest yet virtual conference. There is also a possibility that my presentation may be in Spanish because they are playing with some ideas about running sessions in different languages, and Spanish is one of those languages they want to cover. We are still not sure if this is going to go ahead or not. I can, of course, easily present in both languages. I actually think it would be easier for me to present all of this in English because all the research that is behind my academic and my practice research and using this product has all been done in English. Nonetheless, Spanish is my first language, so I am not going to claim that I cannot speak on it in it. So this is it. So recording is done. One thing ticked. Take it in consideration if you are going to run a Kickstarter campaign. Your video is one of the most important things in the landing page of your crowdfunding page. In my case, I'm using Kickstarter. And then you need to find ways to show people what you're doing to try to reach out to your audience. In my case, because my audience are professionals who deliver training and workshops, I am trying to reach out to them by attending these conferences, by being part of podcasts. And that is something that I'm doing today. And yesterday, I wrote to some colleagues as well, and I told them that if they knew any specific podcast where people talk about issues regarding leadership, agile, design thinking, project management, I will be willing to attend this podcast to talk about my research and hopefully as well talk to about Toolbox for Creativity and how this enhances training and development. So this is it, my friends, for me for now, for this update. I do apologize. about the quality of the lights and the quality of the sounds. Since we started talking, the lights changed dramatically. It was sunny and beautiful. Now it is raining cats and dogs. I wonder if that expression exists in Polish. Um, caught, caught TPS, but I don't know how to say rain in Polish. Anyhow, so it's raining cat and dog. There's a bit of background noise. The lights is not great, and as I told you, this little device here is creating a little bit of crank in the sound. But that's what I have for the moment. And this is my last status update from Krakow. The next one, all the way to the launch, and after that, will be done from Dublin, from sunny and beautiful Dublin. So thank you very much. Please share this update. Write your comments if you have a question, if you find something interesting, if you have something to tell me about how to improve something, the quality of the light or the quality of the sound, do please share your updates. I will take them into consideration. I mean, I will address them, and I will, if it is a comment about how to improve something, for sure I will take it in consideration. More important, please subscribe if you haven't done so, because by doing that, we will grow the network of people that we have, that we are sharing Toolbox for Creativity to. And this increases, of course, the probability of success when we launch in October. So thank you very much. This really is it. Until the next update. Bye.